Good evening. Got something a little different. Got a product review. Got this bad boy at the big W store for $13. Thought I'd give it a try. Comes with some exciting stuff. Comes with a strainer, some stir sticks, a beaker for measuring, 3 canvases, 10 paints, 5 colors, 2 of each, pipette, a tray, and then a drip bowl. So this is the fancy drip bowl. This is the little thing they put on the bottom so you can spin it. This is the canvas holder with little handles so you can spin it and tilt it. This is the little thing it fits on. Here's the little beaker for measuring your paint. These beautiful colors. Got a blue, purple, red, yellow, and white. Had to ask somebody for sure what colors they were, so I labeled the blue and the purple. Not sure why they, put purple instead of green. Would have been a more obvious choice for me personally, but so anyway, I read the instructions and I'm gonna try this thing. I'm not gonna try the tilting part of it. I'm just gonna go with the spinning. It doesn't sit flat in here, which could be a problem, especially when you're trying to spin something. All the paint's gonna run one direction. But anyway, for the instructions, you put in 20 millimeters of paint, and then you put a half tablespoon of water. Not sure why they give you this big old cup when there isn't even enough paint in any of these things to get all the way up to 100 milliliters, but it's not bad. I used it for the first one just to see how much paint there was, and then I used some other containers that I had just so I didn't have to keep washing this thing out. The only other problem I had was that the colors were not consistent as far as how thick they were when they came out of the bottle. So the purple is a lot thinner than the other colors. If they're going to tell you to add a certain amount of water to something, they need to have all the colors be consistent. The blue was a lot thicker, and then I think the white was next, the red, the yellow, and then the purple, as far as how thick they were. But so we're going to give it a shot here. We're going to use this fancy strainer thingy. If I can get it to... We're just going to hold it so that it's level. Let's see. At least there's a pattern going here, so that's working. Not sure I love this strainer thing, but hey. I'm gonna have to put more paint on here than I usually would. That's because they don't tell you to do something that I would normally do every time, which is put some, well, depending on how much space you have left over, putting some base color on the outside so that everything slides better when you're trying to spin it. But I think we'll have enough paint that won't matter for this. It's a little annoying having to hold it to keep it level. They could have designed that part of it better. But at least the strainer is doing its job as far as giving us a pattern here. It would help if I was pouring this dead center, but that'll happen when you're trying to hold it level. So we're gonna give this a spin and see if, yeah. Well, that didn't work so well. We're just gonna spin it. All right, well, oh, that came out cool at least. Yeah, I went a little heavy on the white at the end there, and so it kind of didn't come out the best, but not bad. Not sure I love it for spinning like that, because it just doesn't, it's not centered very well. The tray itself did the job though. It's keeping all the paint in there. It's not going all over. Gotta say, this paint smells awful though. It might be because it's washable, and yeah, it just smells awful. So I'm gonna say, you know, this isn't bad. Not sure how they expect you to get this out of here, and how you're supposed to let this dry. I guess I'll let it dry in here, but that's still gonna tilt because it's got that little part sticking out on the bottom. So that'll be interesting. Yeah, so $13. Is it worth it? I guess it's worth it to try it, just to see, you know, try a couple little things. As far as most of it, you're better off just getting, grabbing some stuff from around the house and using it. The first thing I used was a container, like a tote container, paint on, and that worked. But then, you know, if you want to do more than one thing, you gotta have more than one container. Then I just started using Amazon boxes that I had laying around the house. This is one that I have set up for pouring on kitchen tiles. It's one way to do it. Otherwise, you know, I just have, you know, a big Amazon box that I cut up, and freezer paper, and then I just have some of these little cups that I have to keep the canvas up off there. So it'll just drip off and dry. As far as the spinning goes, I just got one of these. Trying to remember where I got it from. I don't remember. It was maybe $10, and then I, you know, put it on a board. You know, ideally you would want something flat, not something with edges like this, but you can, you know, tape your thing on there. You know, this is not ideal. I suppose I could just go like this and use that's a better idea. Yeah, just put it on here and use the spinny part the way it is. But there's things you can use that are more effective, that are, you know, it'll cost you a little more, but if you're going to keep doing it, it's worth doing it. So if I had to give this a rating, I'd give it, it's not too bad. I give it 6 out of 10, you know. They give you a reasonable amount of paint. You can do, they give you 3 canvases with it. So, that's more than enough to do 3 of them, and then you can pour on whatever you have. The bathroom tiles I got at Menards. They were like $10 for a box of 100, I think, something ridiculous like that. So, yeah, if you want to give it a try, just to see what it's all about, $13 at the Big W store. Anyway, thanks for watching. Have a good night.